104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Houston. It's Wednesday, September the 20th of 2023, 6 o'clock on the dot with Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Yep.
Happy Wednesday, people.
Yeah. It's going to be a good day.
The day after tomorrow is Friday.
That'll be even
That's
better.
why Wednesday's.
Yay!
Day after tomorrow.
Yesterday was terrible Tuesday. Finally, it's over. I'm wiping it away. And
You know what,
making-
though, Roula?
Trying to get better.
You struck a chord with somebody, because you posted about how it was a terrible Tuesday for you on your Instagram. And this
Yeah.
woman, she was motivated to call the listener line and share with you this.
Hey, I just wanted to respond to Roula. I just saw your Instagram about your terrible Tuesday, and I also had a terrible Tuesday. I'm a teacher, and only one student all day faithfully read the instructions and was able to do his work. And I was trying to give a test and running around the room like crazy. Kids just weren't listening. They weren't following directions. It was kind of a madhouse, frustrating day. And then my son tells me he has a meeting after school, and I had a meeting as well. Then he starts to walk home 4 miles, and then I had to go pick him up. And then my sister called to ask me to go check on my dad because she was worried. And it turns out he was home asleep just fine, and his phone had died. And then waiting for my daughter after band practice. And so we just got home, and it's 7:10. Also, guys, I loved the Ahmad on the streets. That was pretty cool. So anyway, I hope y'all do that again. Great job, Ahmad. Sorry, Roula. Tomorrow's going to be better.
Today's going to be a better day.
It's got to be better.
Well,
Just
you know,
start-
people might not have heard that song, Ahmad's song.
Oh, yeah.
Ahmad's song is great. I love
We
it.
probably should play it for the people that missed it.
Let's just do it.
It's a mod out on the street. Will they even talk to me? I just hope I don't get punched in the face. It's a mod out on the street. It's a mod out on the street. He's great.
He's great.
Trying to third person. Oh, he's awesome.
He's great.
I want to do that.
BK double broiler. Whopper, whopper, whopper,
That's
whopper.
my favorite part about the whole segment. This song is great.
He's great.
Great.
Yeah. Even when I walked into my little radio studio here at home, I was like, all right, today's going to be a better day because it's Wednesday. I can already feel it. It's
Yeah, you
just
got to
gonna
go
be
in with positive vibes.
That's the great thing about life. Get another day
Even-
to
I know, you should just start again.
start it over.
Yep.
Because my terrible Tuesday didn't finish after the show. My poor kids, I feel like there's a thing, and for parents who are listening right now trying to get their, and whether your kids are maybe out of the house now and you remember these days, the morning chaos, and then they go to school all day for all those hours. And I really believe that kids need some wind down time before you try and ask them about homework and stuff, like, did you do your homework? Because they've just been in that seat, in that room, or that place for 8 hours. And then it's really interesting. My youngest usually doesn't melt down until 4 hours after he comes home from school. It seems like everything's okay, and then all of a sudden it's like the floodgates open, and he starts telling you all the bad things that happened, or even if it didn't happen today, he'll tell me like, look, 2 weeks ago, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh, buddy. And so, I'm like, do you need a hug? Come over here because I can't get up. Come over here and hug me. And like, I just felt like everybody was having a bad after school day yesterday, and I was just trying to get everybody organized so we can get some good sleep and we can start again today and not have what happened yesterday because of time. And, everyone's tired and in a rush. And I was like, everybody make their lunches? Everybody have their waters ready to go? Those Stanleys better hold that ice overnight. That's what we buy them for. The Stanley. You know what the Stanley? Do y'all know about the Stanley?
My kids got those.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, 40 ounces of water?
Sushi.
Oh, really?
It's
Hey, at least they're
but
not using
I'm not
plastic.
talking about the one, the handle and the straw. That's too big, and that you can't.
So what is
handle
the
it at school
Stanley?
because
It's
it
like a
spills over.
Yeti with a handle?
Yeah, the handle's the popular one.
Yeah.
Handle is the one that you see a lot of, like the moms on
The moms.
Instagram holding the one with the
Kids
handle
have
and the big
those.
straw. My kids have the one that has to close top, or else you can have that at school because it spills in the classroom. If it falls, like they don't turn that. I guess you can turn that thing so the straw doesn't. You take the straw out, you got to turn it to close it, so they can't have that at their school. But Stanley makes just other water bottle type things, and it's the thing.
I don't think people have really changed too much. You know, you mentioned coming home from school, can't have anything right off the bat. I mean, it's how adults are. We get home from work. You got to decompress. You don't want to have to handle 50,000 problems right when you walk in the door. Just give me a few minutes. Just give me a couple of minutes just to calm down, get my bearings. Then we'll tackle the world.
More like an hour. The breakup was repeating on some channel the other day, and it was the scene where Vince Vaughn comes in. Jennifer Aniston is trying to make the dinner. She asked for lemons, and she's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Everyone's coming over to eat. What are you doing?" Have you seen the breakup, Sam? With Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn?
Well, you'd love that one.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know what
is
scene
it,
you're
about
talking
15 years ago?
It's my...
So just, you can find it, I think. I don't even know what I was watching it on. I think I was watching on regular streaming TV.
We were unemployed, and the trailer came out, and it came out Valentine's Day the next February, so 2006. 2006
It's on
February.
Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Amazon Prime.
You're right.
Yep.
So she's trying to make dinner for the family, and he comes home from work, and he wants to just game. He wants to just, okay, whatever my baby wants, my baby gets, but let me just sit here real quick and I'm going to game. She goes, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And it's like this whole thing about she asked for lemons, and he brought a couple of lemons, but she wanted specifically 12 lemons because she needed 12. He's like, what, you got some lemons? And he's sitting there gaming, and then he's talking about how he has to decompress. He can't just walk in and you're all over me. You're all over me about these lemons. You're all over me. And then she's like, oh my God, I'm working so hard. I work too. Your family's coming over and you're going to sit there and play video games? I was like, wow, how many people are feeling that argument?
Especially when it's not even your family. It's like, if you don't care enough about your own family that's coming over, why the hell should I care? And we're not even married. We're dating.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask.
Jason Bateman's in it. There are a lot of people from that time frame that were doing movies together. Just a lot of fun actors in that movie.
You should watch
Breakup.
Watch that this weekend, Sam. I think you would enjoy that one. I can't believe you never saw it.
No, I've seen it. I just couldn't picture what scene Roula was talking about.
It's when he comes in from
Amazon
work and she
Prime,
needs the lemons. The
Maybe
lemons
I'll
really.
watch it.
I felt that.
It's weird how
with the lemons.
Netflix will bring back certain things and it'll be all of a sudden in the top 10, a 15-year-old movie. But I had never seen The Dilemma with Vince Vaughn, and it was on Netflix.
Oh,
and
with
then I
Kevin
watched,
James?
Yeah, and I watched it. I was like, this is interesting. I don't know what quite to make of it.
Yeah, it didn't do that well.
I forgot what that one was about, though.
It's kind of interesting. They came up with an electric car, but people wanted to hear the vroom vroom, so they created an electric car with that. That was their big project. But he noticed that Kevin James' wife he saw her cheating on him.
Winona Ryder, and then she went nuts. You better not tell him or I'll ruin you. And
yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know what to make. It was interesting. It kept me glued to the TV, but I don't
we did a
think
topic about it back then.
Comedy.
Yeah. You know how much I love reality shows? Why am I watching a wrestler reality?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I saw that too.
Why?
I'm not even watching it. I love wrestling.
You love wrestling. I don't know why the hell I'm watching it.
Because to me, it looks so
Which
lame,
one is it?
Those wrestlers.
It just sucks you in, the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yes, it's literally called Wrestlers on Netflix, Roula. And it's behind the scenes of OVW, which...
It's like a start, these people just starting out. They probably just started wrestling maybe
But
a
a
year
lot
or
of
two.
these people have been in the wrestling game for 30 plus years, and they're like, I'm still trying to make it big. I'm still trying to make it big. And they're going paycheck to paycheck. People are losing their houses, and they're like, I'm still trying to make it big. And it's like...
That's a question. When do you know what you have to give up your dream?
Yes,
because we say you should never give up your dream, but
you should put realistic time
if you're 40 years
restrictions.
old and you still got that band and you're hoping you'll make the big break, it's probably not going
to happen at that point.
Yeah, but how do you have that conversation?
Because I don't want to squash anyone's dream, but if they're not, if they're going into debt.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to become a pop star at 45 and you've never done this and you've never
in wrestling
been on the radio.
is really intense on your body. So
By the time you're 40,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know why I'm watching it, but if anybody else is, you can
how many episodes is it?
DM me and we can watch it. I'm only on episode 2. I'm taking my time.
Is there a bunch of them? 8
That's
or
a great
6?
question. Let me look that up.
There's another one you might want to watch. It's about the American Gladiators. Have you seen that on Netflix?
I'm watching that one.
Did you finish that one yet, Kev? You were talking about it yesterday.
No, I've only got through the first episode, but I think it's super interesting only because my little brother and I watched the heck out of it and used to try to beat each other in those similar ways.
Yeah, but he had a pillow he's holding. He's trying to run through.
Oh, yes.
And trying to touch the couch.
Anything we could recreate in in that manner was awesome because we were about that size at that time. We could really tackle one another. Yeah. He's 4 years younger than me, but
you do
still,
it now,
my size are bigger. He passed me up real quick.
Yeah, what age?
Well,
at what age could your baby brother beat you up?
Probably by around 8 or 10. He was big enough.
So when you were 10 and he was 6, he could take you down?
No, he was saying when Kevin was 14, right?
When the boy was 8.
Oh, gotcha.
He took me on.
Just because he's taller doesn't mean he can beat you.
At some point, Kev, did you at some point, maybe, like in my world, I'm about, I think, the same amount of years apart from my brother the way you are from yours. And when I went to college and I came back for Thanksgiving break that freshman year, my brother had grown like 7 inches and he could tackle me and tear me down.
I was going to say, did he? Like, you just back from college.
Why are you still fighting when you're 20? I mean, that's horrible.
That's just T-Bone wanted his revenge.
Yeah.
Oh, my God,
my
yes,
brothers
because
and
we
I
used to
still
beat him up
wrestle.
all the time.
You still fight?
That's what
Do you really?
Yes. Like, Connor and I will, like, go at each other.
You're over 30.
I know, but it's just how we are. Like, I was just thinking that. I was like, good thing I had a little boy because I'm watching this wrestling show and I'm like, I'm going to put him in a headlock. Like, I'm going to be like one of those moms that it's like, Sam, calm down.
So it's like going home in the movie Four Christmases when Vince Vaughn goes home and his brothers put him in the headlock.
We could totally do
All I
that.
know is Vince Vaughn needs to be on our show. He's been mentioned 4 times, 3 different movies
he
today.
He needs to be. That'd be incredible.
We haven't had him
Fun
on in
fact
20
about
years.
Vince Vaughn.
That's true.
When the movie Old School came out, none of us had gone to see it the opening weekend, and we had to talk to Vince Vaughn on the phone, and none of us had seen the movie.
It wasn't our best
and
moment.
so we had to do a generic interview with him, and then after that we saw it, we were obsessed. And we were so mad we hadn't seen the movie before we talked to him, so we could really enjoy him. All right, coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, boy band Thunder Battle. It's all you need to know. I'll explain what that means. Here's your weather for today.
Battle. It's going to be another hot one today. I mean, here we are. It's like mid-September. It's going to be 94 degrees. Right now, 75 degrees and 611 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
What up? Listen. Get ready. This is Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
KRBE.
It's brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. Olivia Rodrigo coming to Houston on Tuesday, February the 27th. Tickets are going to be crazy. Everyone's going to want them. So KRVE's got your tickets. We give you a chance to win them if you know her songs. At 9:20 today, we don't know which song we're going to pick. You got to be ready to finish that lyric. We're going to play a snippet of an Olivia Rodrigo song at 9:20 today, and you have to finish the lyric. If you finish the lyric properly, you get to go to the show. Olivia Rodrigo, yay! It'll be so fun. Okay, so make sure you hang out for that. Also, a little side note. The strike is still going on. We've been talking about that here and there, about how the shows are not going to be coming around once the new seasons hit because they can't, since there's director strikes, writer strikes, actor strikes. But it is Christmas year-round at the Hallmark Channel, and they've got 40 movies ready to go. And I'm telling you guys, this might be a year that somebody who says, oh, I don't watch Hallmark movies or Christmas movies on Hallmark Channel, might actually tune in because it's new material. They did not cross any of the lines because they knew something was a brewing, and they work all year anyway on these movies. One of the movies is kind of funny. It's like a throwback to the 90s. It's like all this boy band stuff because Lacey Chabert, who a lot of people know from Mean Girls, but she is a constant Hallmark Channel actress. She is in yet another group of films, and one of them is called A Merry Scottish Christmas. That's coming out November the 18th, and playing her brother is Scott Wolf, who played her brother on the 90s Fox series Party of Five.
Are they dating?
When she was like 12 years old.
I hope they're not dating in it. They're playing brother
No,
and
they're
sister, you said?
siblings in it.
That's good.
Because I saw a preview of some sort. Like, I thought I saw them flash on the screen. I go, what is that? Oh, God, don't tell me they have them as romantic leads. That's weird. Even though there's only a percentage of the audience that remembers them as
It's a different role,
siblings.
though. Why couldn't they?
On Party of
I know
Five.
they could, but just like when you're used to seeing those two people as brother and sister for 7 seasons, then all of a sudden, 20 years later, you see them making out. Like,
I think the weirdest thing I ever saw was on the show Dexter, Michael C. Hall. The girl that played his sister was his wife. They were married.
He ended up marrying the girl that played
Yeah.
his sister, which is also something else. Let me throw y'all this one. Since everyone's having NSYNC mania ever since the VMAs, thinking like, what's happening, right? Why are they going to actually go on like some kind of mini reunion tour? They're doing the Troll song together. We already know that. So they did come together to bring us a new song from NSYNC. However, nothing has been announced yet as far as an NSYNC tour, even though they're not helping their cause to shut anything down, because even yesterday they recreated a promotional picture from like 99 or 2000. They all came together and recreated the picture. Like they show the 99
What's
picture.
that song they always use? It's the TikTok one where it's one of those emo bands that sing and then, oh my God, Sam, you know it. They do it all the time. Like you see yourself now, and then you stop, and then the song hits a certain way, and then it shows you flashback to 20 years ago. That's how they did it.
Oh,
it's been around for like the last few years.
I'm trying to.
It's one of your bands that you love.
I know, but I can't. The only one that I always
Give me a
think
few
of
words
is
from
like
the song.
bangs in the front.
Name that tune.
Simple Plan?
Something like that.
All
Well,
American
they used
Rejects.
the Simple
or-
Plan song on their throwback picture.
Was it Simple
when
Plan
did
that did
together.
it?
Simple Plan was the song that NSYNC used in their throwback picture.
I mean, that's the one that everyone uses. That's like
Okay.
the viral
The
song.
basic one.
Do you know what song it was, Roula?
No, I don't remember it. I just saw it last night. But in the meantime, while you look it up, 98 Degrees was already planning a 25-year anniversary tour. 98 Degrees, had success. It was not NSYNC level success, but they had success. Nick and Drew Lachey are brothers, and then Jeff Timmons, I believe, is his name, and I can't remember the other one's name. Isn't that terrible? Anyway, they have been planning their 25-year tour, like their anniversary tour. And in an interview recently, Nick Lachey joked that, oh my God, they stole our thunder. But in the end, he goes, listen, I'm just kidding, because all of us are like, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. We are all clumped into the same kind of pile. So if one is elevated, it elevates everybody. When one succeeds, we all succeed. Because think about it. If in fact NSYNC does announce a tour, then it might, I know friends that would be like, oh yeah, we're going to do the 98 Degrees tour. We're going to go to the NSYNC tour. The Backstreet Boys are with so-and-so and so-and-so. Because, they've done like 17 versions of a tour in the last, I feel like 7 years. So you could just do the boy band tour, but now you have money. Instead of relying on your parents to buy you the tickets, you're buying the tickets. Just like the Backstreet fans were doing it.
That
and the New
doesn't
Kids
sound as
fans were doing
fun.
it.
Rather my parents pay for my ticket.
Well, usually a lot of people are like, oh my God, you have to beg your parents for the money, and they have to justify why, because they were expensive. No matter what year it was always an expensive ticket. And now, of course, we say not like they are now, but still, expensive is expensive. It's all relative to what your parents are going to torture you over. Like, wait, what is this group you want to go see, and how much are the tickets? Okay,
By the way, the
you're gonna have
listeners
to
are
do
so
the same
smart.
chores.
They have it.
What song is it?
Simple Plan, I'm Just a Kid.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just a
And that's when they do the
That makes
flashback.
sense.
Yeah, that's the flashback.
We should do that with all the
Speaking of-
photos we have.
I know we have so
We've
many.
got 20 years of photos.
Ryan's bleach blonde hair and his hookah shells necklace.
His puka necklace.
Hookah shells, what are they called?
Speaking of
Hookah is a smoking
hookah.
device.
I also listen to the
Speaking
shoe.
of music being played on Scoop, because, Simple Plan, I'm Just a Kid, let me hit you with George Michael's Freedom, because that is one of the best videos ever, where he got all the supermodels of the 90s to star in the video, and he barely was in the video. There are some great documentaries about him on Amazon Prime and on Netflix, and he talks about how that whole thing came together. He didn't want to be in the video, but today on Apple Plus TV, the supermodels finally comes out, and it's where Cindy Crawford, Linda Evangelista, Christy Turlington, Naomi Campbell, and God, who's the fifth one?
Starts
Maybe
with
it's
an
just the
E?
four of them.
No.
Say it again.
Stephanie Seymour? Is she in
No,
it?
I think it's just the four of them
four?
sitting around talking about that supermodel era of what made that famous. Because before it was just women wearing clothes on covers of magazines and makeup, and then became the supermodels. Here's a clip from Apple TV Plus.
We get this phone call that George Michael wants to shoot us in his video.
We made a decision. I will do it. I'm going to do it. Yes, okay, I'll do it. Everything changed.
You start to call the shots and be an active participant in your career.
All of a sudden, we were the physical representations of power.
I wanted to go further. I wanted to push the envelope.
They brought their artistry to the image.
They would see things we didn't necessarily see.
They're like the Mona Lisa, the face of her era. They're larger than life.
We helped break down barriers. I have to think of something greater than myself.
When I first was referred to as a supermodel,
I was like, why are they calling us this?
it wasn't about the hair and the makeup. It wasn't about the fashion. It was about the women. That's what a supermodel is.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it. I only saw a clip of it that was about maybe I think it was like an 8-minute little Q&A after they finished filming what is premiering
Who are
to
the
Apple
models
Plus
again?
TV. It's Linda Evangelista, Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, and Christy Turlington.
Okay.
There were more than that in the supermodel group, but these are the 4 that are coming together because there was also Claudia Schiffer, there was Stephanie Seymour, there was
Helena Christensen in that?
God, I can't remember Tatiana's last name. She just died last year. They talk about her. She was the blonde that was I think she was married to John Mellencamp. Tatiana, I can't remember her last name.
You see the one where Cindy Crawford's
Petite
on Oprah?
That's her name. Say it again.
Cindy Crawford's on Oprah back in like 90s or 86. And Oprah's like, really, you're a model? She's with an elite agency or something. She's like, stand up, let me see your body. And
What?
It's really cringe. It's out there now, and she's like, and she's watching. She's like, ooh, Oprah
didn't age well, huh?
Yeah, because even she's like, when she did that, I was so uncomfortable. But I'm like, well,
I can't believe she'd ask her that question.
Well, why would you? I mean, you're a model, and she's just like,
Well, yeah,
stand
you
up
want to know
and
what makes it, because you're supposed to be super thin, you're supposed to be super tall. It's like, wow, you're a model. Let me see what your body looks like. I mean, not take off her clothes.
Yeah, she had normal.
But I'd be like, wow,
clothes
you're
on.
a model. That's
But she stands out like one of the. Boy, it's such a memorable broadcast. Like years ago, I did a broadcast with Cindy Crawford, and she walked into a room, and it's like, wow. I mean, like,
where were you to do a broadcast with Cindy Crawford? What was that?
Radio City Music Hall. I was doing it with the MTV Video Music Awards. This is like 20.
And so she did like a bit on the radio or something?
Yeah. So we were sitting in a booth together.
So she just came to be a guest on the show?
Yeah. And it was like, I was like, oh my God. Like, I mean, she had a presence when she walked in the room. Like, it was just amazing.
DeKalb, Illinois.
DeKalb, Illinois. My
like
friend is
40
from
minutes from
DeKalb.
me.
That's their big thing.
She
DeKalb,
did
Illinois.
That's a big claim to fame.
Detasseled corn when she was a kid.
What's that?
That's why I always felt a bond. It's you have to look it up. It's too nerdy to talk about. It's not an easy job. It's a hard job.
No, that's.
Whenever I saw her do that, I'm like,
about
wow, that's pretty cool. And she detasseled corn.
What, like husk it?
No, you have to go through you have to walk through the field and cut off the top of the stalk. That you have to see it.
Okay.
And that was Cindy Crawford's job when she was younger?
Because they have to jump. There's reasons why they do it. I never did it. I walked beans instead, but I was always in the field, so I always be like, oh my God. She was like, so
I'm more
close to me.
interested about Walking Beans than I am the boy bands. What's Walking Beans?
Oh, well, because
it's a new boy band.
I got paid.
Walking beans.
I got paid to walk beans on my farm. Basically, we grew soybeans, and they were rows of soybeans.
Yes.
And we had and I had a hoe, which you cut the weeds out. Because these big milk weeds, these big weeds.
Oh, yeah.
You cut them, there's like milk in it, and these little bugs will hump each other on top of it. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And there's all these other velvet weeds, all these weeds. I had to walk I did this for like 5 weeks. Get up at 6 in the morning, and it's, remember, in Illinois, there's moisture, so your jeans are from your down under your crotch.
Life on the farm does not sound fun.
The dew, it's all wet.
Yuck.
Like $4 an hour. But you're walking, and think about it, you're just walking. You take 6 rows on each side. So then the next person you count over, and you just look and you walk together like you're in the military with a hoe, and you just cut stuff. And you have to
walk in the beans.
Yeah, they don't do it now because technology. They can get rid of the weeds.
Machines.
No, they grow it without weeds.
Oh, they genetically
Next
modified
is Eric's podcast about corn.
But my dad's big thing was
soybeaning.
You have to make the place look good because farmers, people look at your field and they want to make sure it's clean looking because.
Yes. Is that edamame? Is soybeans the same as edamame?
I think we Googled this last time.
I know, but now I don't remember.
I think it is.
I know we never.
Well, I thought edamame are soybeans. But are there
soybeans-
different kinds of soybeans, or is just every soybean?
Because our
is the same
soybeans get dry
soybean?
and they're like BBs. Like when we're gonna harvest here in another couple weeks, and they're like BBs. Like really hard. And
But
that's how we
farmers
put
would
the
grow
soy.
soybean. We had a soybean field across the street from our house, and I know they would plant that because it has something to do with the soil. Like in other words, you could grow it more than 1 year in a row.
Yeah, it's the
Is it
same. It's
soybeans?
just a
It's
level
immature.
of maturity.
That's funny. Now I'm eating it every day. I'm paying a lot of money for that.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm getting ripped off because we didn't get paid that much.
You could have bagged these up and sold them on the side of the road to some, like...
Dang it.
I want
Get a sack
to.
and go to a fancy restaurant, Eric.
I could have been rich.
Yeah, exactly. I want to read this text real quick because coming up next, I hope we can put a smile on this person's face and kind of take their mind off it. This person texted, "Oh my God, y'all, I'm so nervous. I'm getting a CT scan to see if I have appendicitis. I had ovarian cancer 10 years ago, and I'm just having PTSD about the diagnosis stage, just expecting the worst news." Well, listen, we are hoping the best for you. Always expect the best. I mean, you expect the best. You expect the worst. You hope for the best. And I hope that maybe we can put a little smile on your face because we have some funny audio coming up next, some fun with audio interviews.
There's
man on the
nothing
street
better than
stuff.
small town announcers and reporters of these small town news stations
And not knowing how to react.
They interviewed a guy that witnessed that military plane that went down like on Sunday. And this guy, finally it's been a long time since we had a good.
He was a character.
Eyewitness. This guy's really good. His name's Mr.
So y'all just wait for it. That sound you won't be able to unhear the rest of the day on the Roula and Ryan show.
KRBE. Turn it up. With more of the Roula and Ryan show.
Okay, I guarantee you this is going to get stuck in your head. This noise.
Well, it's just a noise that you just won't unhear. Kind of reminded me of livestock from a farm animals at some point. I was like, what is going on here?
We've not had one of these in a long time. You know, Roula?
Say it again?
The last time we've had one of these, it seems like years ago, we've had a good person.
Good interview
eyewitness.
on the news. Organic interview on the news. So in South Carolina, a plane, was it a military plane, Eric?
Was it the F5? It's one of our $80 million jets.
Oh, wow.
The guy ejected. I still don't know why. Maybe he just saw that button there. He's like, oh, that looks fun to pull.
Maybe it was like in Top Gun Maverick.
Left it on autopilot, they're saying, or something, and the plane was just flying.
There was nobody in it.
They couldn't find it for like a day.
Oh, my God.
It doesn't have a little air tag on it?
Yeah, if people just went to Apple
How do they not
store.
find it? You would think that they'd be able to track that thing.
Well, not if it's all in bits.
No, but I
Crash
mean,
in
like
bits.
Kevin said, I'm sure they have all sorts of
You think they would
transponders
have
on it.
seen when it went down because they couldn't find it for a day. They were even asking people. And so they
You hear
had.
anything, just see anything.
So it was in Myrtle Beach, and the reporters asked this guy, what was his name, Randolph or something?
Randolph White. All you got to do is just put in your Google search, your DuckDuckGo search, your Bing search,
What a
whatever it is,
character.
Randolph White.
Oh.
And in true perfect form, as an eyewitness or an audio witness, he was wearing a funny hat. And he had come out of his house to tell everyone what he had heard. And take a shave is a new phrase I did not know I needed in my life. But here's some audio from Randolph White explaining to the news in South Carolina what he heard as the F-35 jet crashed.
I was in the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, what in the world is this? And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
White says he didn't realize it was a plane at the time, so he didn't call anybody.
The first thought came to me, I said, well, what's it, a meteorite coming out of space or something? And I said, well, if the airplane...
It sounded like that Taylor Swift the goat scream.
Exactly, Ryan.
I thought it was, I feel
Taylor
good.
Swift goat
Let's
scream.
play him again. It sounds like,
I feel good. Definitely.
Yeah, it's James Brown. Here it comes.
In the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, what in the world is this? And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
White says...
Of course, your house is going to shake they says F-35.
Yeah, F-35.
That's James Brown.
This is... Wow. And
You know, it's been a long time ever since Sweet Brown telling her, looking for a cold bottle of pop and get herself, thinking somebody's barbecuing. And then there was this one lady, I don't think she had a name, but she was talking about one of her...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And she was like, and I was like, whoa, without the storm. Remember her visual, but
Dotson.
we don't know her name.
Oh, yeah.
And of course,
Hide your
Antoine
kids.
Dotson saying, hide your wife, hide your kids.
Could be a crackhead.
Could be a crackhead.
Well,
that
that
was
one
when the
about the
leprechaun was
leprechaun
spotted in the tree.
Yeah, it's
Back
been a
in the
while.
day. It's been a long time since we've had some good audio, and Randolph's hat just is perfect because, of course, Randolph is wearing a hat, and that's what he's going to make a noise of and just make it perfect viral news audio.
Taking a shave.
Taking a
Taking
shave.
a shave,
Maybe
I've
he
never
thought he
heard
was
that
going to say
phrase.
something else and he switched mid-sentence.
I think everybody thought he was going to say something else.
Kev's face lit up real quick.
Yes.
Because on the viral tags, one of the hashtags is taking a shave.
Taking a shave.
Taking a shave.
Another one is F-35 crash, hashtag F-35 missing. You'll find Randolph White's interview if you look up all of that stuff.
You can go
see
to
it
the
for
Hall of
yourself.
Fame there, but God, you remember some of the guys like Chocolate Rain? Remember that one?
Oh, yeah,
He
that
was like one of the
first.
originals.
Back in 2006. They also, someone said, I don't have audio of that one, but somebody found the pilot in his backyard.
What? Because he ejected, so he landed somewhere.
Yeah.
So his seat.
I don't know if he was knocked out.
And this is near Myrtle Beach.
Well, that's where it landed.
That's like a really populated area. How did they not find it?
Well, they said it was in stealth mode. It's a stealth plane. So maybe
Myrtle Beach, vacation there.
Isn't somebody in danger of being hurt by the wreckage?
Yeah, they lucked out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, by chance.
Yeah, I feel like there's not enough information about this.
I mean,
There probably
you have
won't
to,
be.
you have to really like.
I just don't
dig
see how they
deep.
didn't find
Yeah.
it. Maybe like crashing in Katy. Somebody you would think would see it.
Well, Randolph saw it.
Yeah.
Randolph White, looking him up.
But he was
I wanna
taking a
throw-
shave, so it was a while before the rest of the.
Yeah,
Country
he didn't
news.
see it. He just heard it. There's a story that Eric shared with us this morning that I thought was interesting to share for anybody getting their day started out, because we were talking about yesterday. I had a terrible Tuesday. My day just wouldn't stop, and the kids had a bad day, and all
Astros
the things. And I was
suck.
like, okay, today's a new day. We're going to take it back. And there's a story that Eric shared with us. I don't know if all you guys saw it, but it says, here's a unique way one family handles a rough day. If anyone in the family comes home after a tough day, they just say sardine can.
Oh, safety
And
word.
that is the sign for everyone to immediately rush upstairs, including the person who had the bad day. Then the family piles into bed under the covers and stays there until the person feels better.
I saw a TikTok one where a lady's like, they always say our relationship should be 50-50. But sometimes you're just not feeling good that day. And I'll come home to my husband and I'll tell him, I'm feeling like a 10 today, 10%. Can you take up the slack and help me today by, and they when they see each other, like I'm feeling 90 today, and they have like a point system, so they kind of help each other.
That's a good idea.
Because we're not.
Nobody's 100%.
We're not always on the same playing field at all times.
That's why you have a partner, right, to help you out, lift you up when you're down.
But hopefully your
Vice
partner is
versa.
not only 10% 6 days a week.
Yeah, then that's another problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
Hey, it's brought to you by Duncan. Yes, you mentioned the Astros. Orioles beat them 9-5 yesterday. Let's just move right along. Next story.
These guys are making mistakes that you see, like,
yeah, why?
Rookie teams are making running just stupid things.
Hey, the city of Houston is hosting Beyonce's homecoming party. It's going to be at Avenida Plaza. Celebration is going to include a show with 400 drones creating a tribute to Beyonce. There's also going to be band there, DJ, fireworks. It's a free event. It's going to be from 6:30 p.m. to 8:45. And with tens of thousands of people expected for each of Beyonce's shows.
It's like the Queen's Jubilee.
Yeah, it really is.
Yep.
Metro are putting the final touches on adding trains and shuttle buses to handle the extra crowd. Now, upon leaving NRG, if the platform is full, you may be directed to a nearby special events bus, which will travel the same route as the Red Line and stop at existing bus stops adjacent to the rail stations. So they are going to try and really help the extra crowd there. Metro's doing something really cool. And Amazon announced they are hiring 250,000 employees throughout the United States for full-time, seasonal, and part-time roles. And we've got 28,000 of those jobs right here in our state of Texas. That number includes more than 5,100 jobs that are going to be hired in Harris County, Fort Bend, Galveston, and Montgomery counties. So if you're looking for a job, especially with the holidays coming, go to AmazonTours.com. That's AmazonTours.com.
And I'm going to give anybody who wants that job, Ryan, a little tip now that since I broadcast from home because of my injury. I know that Amazon does like those, hey, we can deliver overnight type things. And, anybody, I don't care who you are, if you see a car that you don't recognize creeping slow, you're like, what is that car? I suggest if you are an Amazon driver and you don't want to get shot, because in the city of Houston surrounding area, a lot of people will do that if you creep up on them, put your hazards on when you are delivering the package. Like, keep your hazards on as you're looking for the house.
They're usually in an Amazon truck, Roland.
No, not always. I've seen them in regular cars.
Really?
I have seen them in regular cars this entire time I've been here. And I'm like, what is that? And because they wear a vest, but you can't see that little reflective vest while they're driving. So I would say just a little friendly suggestion.
They should
Put
give
your
a
hazards on while you're creeping looking for the house, and then keep them on
Amazon
while you
should
jump out
send
and
them
drop the
magnets
package.
to put on the car, too.
Like Uber has the little
Yeah.
doodad in the window that you can see it
Right.
illuminated.
Yeah,
And
like
lift,
this morning
yes,
driving to
correct.
work, I was like, what's that purple light in that guy's windshield? And it said lift.
Well, they should paint all
So
their
I'm just
cars
saying.
a different color. Kind of like, remember, what were those pink cars, those ladies that sold?
Mary Kay?
K Cosmetics.
Yeah, but if they're using their own vehicle.
You have to paint
Right.
I wouldn't want to paint my car
Orange. You got to paint it the orange
bright
arrow color.
Sticks out.
No, thank you.
Have you seen that? Amazon, I guess they always used to be in those Mercedes trucks. Now they've done away with that. Now they've got their own Amazon brand truck. It looks like a space shuttle from Star Trek. They're really weird looking, but I'm seeing them all over the place now.
Cool.
Special K is going to give it to us next with
give it to me.
call. Or is
Give
it
it to me,
telemarketer
Daddy.
turnaround? Or is it, what is it?
Give it to me, Daddy.
Yeah. That's it. Daddy's coming. Well, it is a continuation of a collection call that I have been
Yes.
receiving.
I love these.
Yes. More
Now-
about the Chase Lounger?
More about the
Chase
lounge,
Lounge.
that I allegedly owe money on. But let's go as her daddy now. You know, we have someone who owes some money. We're going to play their father.
Oh, nice.
I like
I
it.
can't wait to hear this next on the Roula and Ryan Show.